All right, so for the first time today, we have everybody under one roof. So, by the way, give it up for yourselves. Give it up. We've been all over the place. Now we're all here together, all right? And honestly, what better reason to bring everybody together than to recognize one of our own? And as the theme of this event is what's next, and you're hearing from incredible speakers talking about what's next, right? What's happening in 2020 and beyond. You have to really understand where we've come from. And so I'm excited for the RecFest community that this year will be the start of a new tradition where each year RecFest will recognize one of your own, a member of the recruiting community who has given back and has given a tremendous amount and has helped this community become what it is today. So I'm excited to announce and introduce Kirsty Kelly to the stage, and she's going to tell you a little more about this year's recipient. Kirsty?
Hey. Okay, so I have just about the best job of the day. I'm going to tell you about this person and set the scene and then welcome them to the stage with a great round of applause, I hope. So, Lifetime Achievement Awards are typically presented to rock stars, BAFTA award winners, and those akin to Nobel Peace Prize winners. And on this occasion, I'm definitely not going to limit your expectation. There's a lot to say about him, so excuse me reading notes. Whilst the world of recruitment and HR might not always make it to primetime TV, apart from when organizations have ridiculous tribunal claims, or another tech startup has raised £1 gazillion, there definitely are some superstars in our world that deserve to be recognized, and that's what we're going to do today. Now, of course, there are a bunch of people in our world that are high profile, but this person really is a rock star of the industry. So let me share some of the comments from his friends and colleagues who could sum it up far better than I can. And here's the first. So this is from Jerry Crispin, who is global leader of the Candidate Experience Awards. And Jerry said that more than 20 years ago, the US-based recruitment advertising firm he was working for partnered with this individual in his firm in the UK to pitch the global ad business of a multinational technology company. We met for hours before the pitch, bonded immediately, and together sounded like we'd been collaborating for decades, looking like it too. Needless to say, we won the account and celebrated. I remember nothing else. Andy Hedworth, an industry stalwart, as I like to call him, said that there are many kind words said about this individual, but to me, his own description of himself is perfect. He's a human hand grenade. He loves nothing more than crossing his arms, giving you a look, and then throwing in a deliberate and contentious challenge to your initiative, always amusing and forever the source of many debates. Matt Alder, you might have listened to in his podcast, first met Keith about 18 years ago, and some of you may know Keith who, when they were negotiating a contract for the newly launched Total Jobs for the recruitment ad agency he was working at the time. Matt says, I don't think people really realized what a massive contribution Keith made in the early days of online recruitment in the UK. He played an instrumental role in helping job boards to go mainstream. Derek Pilcher, the head honcho of Monster, says that he first met Keith when he launched The Ladders, another job board 10 years ago. And since then, he has been known as the font of all knowledge. It goes on, but finally, the Mick Jagger of the recruitment world himself summed it up perfectly. I can't do the accent, Bill. Robbo's Robbo. I've missed him being around to argue with, always with a glint in his eye. I look forward to arguing with him again. Thank you, Bill. And that's why this Lifetime Achievement Award is so well-deserved and perfectly timed. This is his first visit to London after a slightly more challenging couple of months, but nothing at all will stop this chap from having an influence on the industry he loves. And so I'm delighted to say congratulations to Keith Robinson for a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, my friend. I'm nothing more than a fat, overweight git. First of all, if any of you can't understand what I'm saying, put your hand up. I would tell you to fuck off. When I got the phone call from Jamie, my first response was, "What's this for? I'm not dead. I'm just recovering from a very serious stroke." It would appear to get an award. You had to be fat, old, and recovering from some major illness. There are many people in this room who deserve this award more than me. Bill particularly has done more to put this industry on the map than I ever did. I was totally blown away when I got the call. Because I'm wheelchair bound, I spent a lot of time thinking and reflecting. I first thought about what does the word achievement mean. When you look in the dictionaries, it uses words like courage, determination, and motivation. In my life, I think I've had 5 what I call achievements. 2 are business and 3 are personal. Sorry, Martin, wrong way around. 3 are business, 2 are personal. The personal ones are as follows. Paul Harrison, one of the smartest guys in our business, mentioned a trusted brand. 1 year ago, a brand called the National Health Service decided in their infinite wisdom to bring me back from the dead. And give me a chance to live a life again. We must, in this country, protect the NHS and treasure it. In many other countries, if I had a stroke like the one I'd had, they would have flicked this switch and told me that you couldn't afford the bill. Those American friends who are here will totally know what I mean. So 3 times it would like to sing out bloody Holby City. 3 times I came back from the dead. Unfortunately, I suffered 80% brain damage. But in a year in hospital and hundreds of wonderful nurses and physios, when I came to, I couldn't breathe, eat or swallow, let alone talk, let alone walk. And 1 year later, and a lot of tears and perseverance, I can now stand with a stick and talk to you guys. So protect the National Health Service, because you never know what might happen to you without being horrible. This is my latest trick. Until last week, I couldn't move my left arm. I reckon in about 6 months, I'll be able to pick up a pint like this one. So the second great achievement in my life is having four wonderful kids who went through hell. They had to go into hospital and taken to the chapel to be told their father wouldn't see the night out. I would not want to put anybody through that. They stood by me through everything. Every night my daughter sat with me. Every weekend my son came in and helped me walk. We all in life need support, and the kids were absolutely fantastic. Can't say in my heart how grateful I am. If you see a tear, it's hay fever. In my business life, I've been very lucky. but I've learned that the harder you try, the luckier you become. I've worked for some wonderful businesses with highly talented people. The job you guys do is the most important function in any company. Building great businesses need great people. I once met Michael Bloomberg. The first person he recruited was his director of talent acquisition. He got it. I know that today you all want to sit on the board, but just remember, there's one seat for one recruiter. But every company should have somebody on the board that reflects your function. The other side of the coin is you have a massive responsibility. There are people out there looking for jobs, looking for opportunities, and they come to you in hope. So to me, candidates are king. About a year ago, I decided I wanted to do something different. When I left Total Jobs, I wanted to set up a sourcing business in Budapest. But I decided with Martin to go to a completely virgin country called Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's a great place to do business and has wonderful people. With 40% youth unemployment, we went down there and brought people in with great language skills and a work ethic that stands out for me, and will still run the business today, despite my stroke. Martin spends half his life in Sarajevo. I envy him. It's one of the nicest cities in Europe, and the people are fantastic. Great skills, great language skills, and a great work ethic. That business continues today. In my time in the hospital, Martin came to see me every single Wednesday, went through the business, how many hires, how was the business do, what was the pipeline like for new business. That kept me sane. Hospitals aren't great places for people like me, full of bullshit and authority. When I got told by the head nurse one Christmas that I was treating the place like a hotel, I ordered 3 cases of wine. We had a massive party on Christmas Eve. None of us could take any of our medication. We're all too pissed. You have to, when you're going through what I've been through, you have to have a sense of humour and a determination to see it through. I'm also going to thank my speech therapist, Ellie, who works with me every week to get me back to speak with tone and intonation. At the moment, I'm in intensive rehab, living in my own house with a great care team that support me every day. I do physio 3 to 4 times a week. I'm not a hard worker. I've never been hard work. I'm a lazy bastard by nature. If I can find a shortcut, I will. But this week, I watched 100 feet. That's my record to date. What having strokes has taught me is you fight lots of small battles to win the war to recover. Being quite blunt, there are moments when I sat in the corner and howling my eyes out, thinking, why the fuck me? What did I do to deserve this? What I did was live life to the full. Like Bill, I travel the world and live every day for the moment. But ultimately, I just catch up with you. So please, my friend, take it careful and easy. Get that blood pressure bloody checked. You don't want to hear a factory waffle on anymore, but thank you all so much. And huge thanks to Jamie and Lois. I've known those guys for a long time. From the moment They told me about this. They laid down everything. Even round the back, I've got my own personal porter cabin. It's got my name on the front wheelchair. So if I catch in a bus in there, you got me to contend with. Again, they built a fantastic business. Reconverse is great. It's all about conversations. As recruiters, we never stop learning. One thing that you can be good at is a few tips that I learned from business world. One is research, research, research. Don't make a business decision without doing your homework. Too much of what we do is impulsive. I used that job board last time and it worked. I will use it again. One thing we don't do so often in companies, we analyze failure. One tip was analyze success. Look at the last campaign you ran and it worked. Look at why did it work. Was it the message? Was it the social media that you used? If you analyze success and do the same thing again and again, you will build great businesses. But as I say, ultimately it's about great people. I've got so many weaknesses, but hire people that complement you. But again, I'm waffling on, Martin, shut it down. Let's get to the pump. I need to neck it. I need a drink.